Well, all right, guys, welcome to another episode of How Ugly Is My Face? Oh, I just have to make this episode while Akaso continues to do what Akaso does. What is it doing? I don't know. Shut up! Anyway. I'm kidding. Do you remember this, my friends? Do you remember this? This is an atlas with road maps. Remember those things? Remember those days? I do not want to go back to those days. So I am passionate and loving of technology. But as you guys know, I bring the smoke and I bring the mirrors. Hopefully the smoke will still work. Look at that. Works every time. Better than a Swiss clock, as they say. Anywho, I'm here to say that I am critical of modern technology, but only the modern technology that runs through the cloud with third-party apps. And that is so important to understand. You are giving away all of your power and your rights and everything to these cloud-based systems. And then the day that you're like, oh no, there's a natural disaster, and you get inside your Tesla, and I'm not going after Tesla specifically, but it's just more funny when you do it that way, and you're talking to Grokita, which is super nice, and you're going, hey Grokita, start up your engine. Wait, that was from Scotty, good old Scotty. Anyway, Kilmer, there you go. Anyway, start up your engines or rev up your engines, whatever that is. And then Grokita goes, you've been a naughty boy. I'm not turning on my engine. And you're like, but the Terminator is coming down the road over there, and he's got his bazooka like pointed right at me. At least open up the door so I can get out. And she's like, no, you have to earn it, boy. Now you're in big trouble. Because as I say all the time, and I scream about this, when you buy a new product, whether it's a phone, a drone, a little robot speaker, whatever, or a robot pet, whatever it is, you want all of the intelligence to be on board, right? You want all of the intelligence to be on board because it needs to be like a human. The best thing about being human, but also the worst thing about being human, is our ability to detach, to separate ourselves from the technology, right? What happens if there's a natural disaster and all kinds of things go down? There's no internet. You should still know how to walk to the police station, or walk to a bunker, or get groceries, or I don't know, a gazillion things. You are not reliant on this other technology, right? Some people are geniuses like Billy Joel, Elton John, and a bunch of other people, which I have always been inspired by. Is they're like human jukeboxes, right? At any time, at any place, they can sit down in front of a piano and they can play pretty much anything. I cannot do that because I cannot store that information within me. So I am actually more like AI than most people. Just saying. Lizard people. They say that lizard people wish they could be human. Perhaps I am a hybrid. I was not given that chance to be able to store information like a jukebox, which is sad, but it's part of life. But since you can't see can't see life through my demented lens, schizophrenic and ADHD lens, at the very least, you can understand why it is important not to completely give away your freedoms to these systems. And so when you go out there tomorrow and you decide to buy the next robot pet, the next, I don't know, maybe mobile phones, there's really not so much you can do about that, but next computer or next high-end, whatever it is, especially drones, do not buy any more drones that require an app to run, because the government has changed is in the process of changing the legislation so that even now, currently, if there is a problem, let's say the super scoopers are up there, the government stops you from flying your drone, and they can do that remotely. So even if you have the drone, right? You're sitting in your house and you're like, I'm just gonna, luckily my area is not impacted by the disaster. I just want to fly indoors to, just relax for a couple of minutes. I just want to fly indoors. So no outdoor activities, just inside. They're blocking your flight. You can't. You turn on your remote, you turn on your drone, the app, you need the phone still to connect to all these things, and then it doesn't run. Why is all this so important? Why am I ranting about all of this stuff today? Because America, like, I talk about this, talk about that, and sometimes I will bash America. It's not because I am angry with America itself. It's not because I dislike this country. Understand, I came to America during a time when everything was kind of on the up and up. My father had a great job that came with everything. Benefits, health care, the company car, help with getting a house, a free green card, just given, all that good stuff. That is going away. And the enemy that is causing all of this is what I like to, the term that I'm going to coin right now is America is falling by ricochet. So the enemy from within is not just the enemy from within. There's an enemy outside. And it's not China. And it's not all the things that they keep talking about in the news, because the news is retarded. Yes, I said it. As a retard, I can say retarded. Okay? I'm bringing the term back. It's fine, because when you are a retard, you can talk about it. Be careful. The enemy from within and the enemy from without is not what the media is talking about. There is a deep state, and it is destroying America from outside. And what it does is it will start a crisis over there. It'll start a war over there. It'll start terrorism over there. In an indirect fashion, we as Americans pay for it. How does that work? Well, remember 9/11? That was not a fun time. Guess what? Now, when we travel, it is a disaster. I don't want to travel. I didn't like traveling before. I just did not like getting on a plane before. But now, it is one burden after burden after burden when you fly. What about flying drones? Go back to 2012 or whatever, or previously in 2012, you could fly drones. There were places in New York where you could buy drones everywhere. Now you can't do anything with drones almost, and the government can shut down your drone remotely. So America is being destroyed from within and from outside, not by the things and by the people that you think, but by a deep state that is, by ricochet, destroying this country. The strategy is, look at what's going on in Ukraine. That is disastrous. Okay, change the legislation in America. Oh no, look at those people over there. They banned TikTok, or they banned this other platform, or they banned this. Freedom of speech destroyed as a result in the United States. So I am begging you guys, because only you, not me, only you have the power to not fall for this strategy and not let America become a dystopian, authoritarian regime. And the way you do that is not by not falling for all of these tricks. So America is falling, not because we're getting bombed, not by terrorism, but because of all the other crap that's going on around us that indirectly is influencing our judicial system and our laws. We are losing freedoms because of external factors. America is falling by ricochet. Thanks for watching another episode of How Ugly Is My Face? And yes, it is plenty ugly. Bye-bye.